There's nothing quite like your first cruise. The excitement of Sailaway, exploring a floating city, and waking up in a new destination each morning. But if it's your first time sailing, it can also be a bit overwhelming. Cruising isn't like any other vacation. I've made this guide to help you through everything you need to know, step by step, from the moment you book to the day you disembark. These are 45 quick tips I wish somebody told me before my first cruise. Number 1. Book early for the best deals. Cruises fluctuate in price and tend to get more expensive as you approach the sail date. But here's something most first-time cruisers don't realize. If you book early, not only are you locking in the best available rate at that time, you're also protecting yourself if the price drops later. If the prices drop, you can call your cruise line or travel agent and ask them to match the lower price. I've personally saved thousands of dollars in cruise fares this way, and you can too. Plus, the earlier you book, the better your cabin selection. If you want that perfect midship balcony or a quiet room away from the noise, you'll have way more options early on. If you wait too long, you'll be stuck choosing from what's left. Early booking equals less stress, better rooms, and usually the best deal. Number 2, choose the right cabin. When picking a cabin, try to find one that's midship and mid-deck. That's the most stable part of the ship and the best spot if you're worried about motion sickness. Now here's what to avoid. Stay away from cabins at the very front of the ship. That's where you'll feel the most movement, especially in rough seas. And while aft cabins have beautiful views, you'll sometimes feel the vibrations from the engines, especially on older ships. One of my biggest mistakes was booking a cabin right below the pool deck. Every morning I got an early wake-up call from the sound of crew dragging their lounge chairs across the deck. You'll also want to steer clear of cabins next to nightclubs, theaters, elevators, or crew-only access areas. These spots have a lot of foot traffic and noise that goes well into the night. It's not a great choice if you're a light sleeper. If you're not sure, pull up the ship's deck plan before you book. It's a small step that can make a huge difference. Number 3, use a travel agent. Cruise lines make it easy to book the cruise online in 5 minutes, but honestly, I still recommend going through a good travel agent. A travel agent can help you find the right cruise line and ship for your travel style, and they often have access to extra perks like onboard credit, free upgrades, or better pricing on things like flights and pre-cruise hotels. And here's the best part. Most of the time, you're not paying for them directly. Travel agents are paid by the cruise line, so you get all the benefits without any extra cost. Plus, if anything goes wrong, flight delays, itinerary changes, you name it, they've got your back. It's like having a free personal cruise concierge. Number 4, buy your drink packages, Wi-Fi, and shore excursions in advance. Once you're on board, the price almost always goes up. I've seen drink packages jump by $10 to $15 per day after embarkation. And shore excursions, the most popular tours can sell out well before you even step foot on a cruise. Don't wait until you're on board to book that once-in-a-lifetime catamaran tour. It might just be gone. If it's something you're excited about, lock it in early. You'll save money and avoid disappointment. Number 5, know the dress code. Formal night isn't as fancy as it used to be, but it still exists on many cruise lines and catches a lot of first-time cruisers off guard. You don't need a full tuxedo or ball gown. A simple dress or a collared shirt and slacks is totally fine on most cruise lines. Now, formal night isn't mandatory unless you're sailing on a luxury line, so if dressing up isn't your thing, that's okay. You can still eat at the ship's buffet or hit up a casual venue, but know that many specialty restaurants have their own dress codes, and you might get turned away if you show up in shorts and flip-flops. So check your cruise line's policy before you pack and bring at least one semi-formal outfit. Number 6, don't overbook your port days. It's super tempting to cram your entire day with excursions, but trust me, leave yourself some breathing room. Cruises are supposed to be relaxing. If you're racing from a zipline tour to a snorkeling trip to a tequila tasting with 15 minutes in between, you're not going to enjoy any of it. Instead, I like to plan just one main activity per port. That gives me time to explore on my own, check out the local shop or cafe, and just enjoy the moment without feeling rushed. Number 7, leave buffer time if you're booking excursions on your own. Booking your shore excursions through a cruise line is more expensive than directly purchasing from the tour operator. But if you're booking excursions through a private company, this is a big one. Give yourself extra time to get back to the ship. If a cruise line tour runs late, the ship will wait. But if you're on your own and your van breaks down or gets stuck in traffic, you're out of luck. And yes, people do get left behind. As a rule, I aim to be back at port at least an hour before the all aboard time. It's way less stressful, and it means you're not sprinting down the dock in flip-flops while everyone watches from their balcony. Number 8, fly in at least one day early. If you're flying into your cruise port, do yourself a favor and fly in at least one day early. Flights get delayed, bags get lost, and cruise ships do not wait. If you miss boarding, the ship sets sail without you, and that's an expensive mistake. Arriving the day before gives you peace of mind and a buffer if anything goes wrong. It also makes embarkation day way less stressful. You get to wake up in a nearby hotel, grab some breakfast, and head to the terminal feeling relaxed instead of racing through an airport at 5 a.m. Number 9, get to know your ship before you board. Every cruise ship is different, and some of them are enormous. Spend a little time before your trip checking out your ship's deck plan and browsing the cruise line's website or app. There are plenty of ship tours on YouTube that I'd love to watch before I sail. Take note of where the restaurants are, what shows are offered, and where the fun stuff is like pools, bars, or the coffee shop. Knowing the layout ahead of time helps you feel more comfortable once you're on board. You'll waste less time wandering around and more time doing what you came to do, relax, and enjoy the ship. Number 10, learn about the ports of call. Just like you're learning about the ship, take a few minutes to get familiar with your itinerary and the ports you'll be visiting. Research the best shore excursions, local foods to try, and whether the ship docks in a town or a remote terminal. Figure out what you want to do before you get there, because you'll only have a few hours in each port, and you don't want to spend half of that time staring at a map or trying to get a cab. Even a quick Google search or a couple of YouTube videos can make a big difference in how much you enjoy your time ashore. Number 11, purchase travel insurance. Travel insurance might be the smartest thing you don't want to buy. Nobody wants to spend money on travel insurance. It's not exciting, it's not fun, and you almost never need it. But if something goes wrong, and sometimes it does, you'll be glad you have it. Cruise travel insurance covers you for things like trip cancellations, missed flights, lost luggage, medical emergencies, and even emergency evacuations. And here's the reality. Your regular health insurance probably doesn't cover you once you're off the ship or out of the country. A visit to a portside clinic, or worse, a hospital airlift, can cost tens of thousands of dollars. You can buy coverage directly through the cruise line or use a third-party company. Just make sure it includes cruise-specific coverage that goes beyond the traditional travel insurance. It's one of the things I always buy and hope I'll never need. Number 12, print physical copies of important documents. Even if you've checked it online and saved everything on your phone, bring printed copies of your boarding pass, travel insurance, passport, and ID just in case. Technology is great until it isn't. Phones die, apps crash, Wi-Fi disappears. Having a printed backup takes almost no effort and can save you a major headache at the terminal. And here's the tip I always follow when I go to shore. I leave my real passport and ID in the cabin safe and take photocopies with me. I've never had anything stolen, but if something ever did happen, those copies would be a lifesaver at the local port authority. Number 13, complete online check-in and print your luggage tags. Most cruise lines let you check in online a few days to a few weeks before you're sailing. It's quick, easy, and saves you tons of time at the terminal. During check-in, you'll enter your passport info, upload any health forms, and choose your boarding time. Once that's done, you'll be able to print your luggage tags, and yes, you definitely want to do that ahead of time. Attach your tags to your bags before you arrive at the terminal. It helps the porters get your luggage delivered to your cabin quickly and without any mix-ups. Number 14, choose an early embarkation time slot. When you complete your online check-in, you'll get to pick a boarding time. If you can, go for one of the earlier time slots. Getting on board early gives you a head start on exploring the ship before it fills up. And trust me, those first couple of hours are the best time to take photos, grab lunch, or check out the pool while it's still quiet. If you wait until later in the day, you'll have a difficult time finding a table at the buffet. Plus, the earlier you board, the sooner your vacation really starts. Number 15, arrive during your assigned terminal time. This one's important. Don't just show up at the terminal whenever you want. Cruise lines are a lot stricter about boarding windows than they used to be. If you arrive too early, you might be asked to wait outside until your time comes up. Too late, and you risk getting caught in a rush, or in rare cases, missing boarding altogether. Stick to your scheduled time for a smooth embarkation. Number 16, bring small bills for tips and quick purchases. Before you leave home, stash some 1s, 5s, and 10s in your wallet or day bag. You'll need them for tipping porters, shuttle drivers, tour guides, or making quick purchases in port where credit cards might not be accepted. Number 17, download the cruise line app before you sail. Most cruise lines have their own app now. The app holds the daily activity and entertainment schedule, lets you make reservations, track your onboard spending, and even find your way around the ship. You shouldn't have a problem downloading the app from the ship, but I recommend doing it before you leave so it's one less thing you need to worry about. Number 18, make a plan to stay in touch with your group on board. Cruise ships are big, and once you're on board, it's surprisingly easy to lose track of the people you're traveling with. So before you even set sail, make a plan for how you're going to stay in touch. Some cruise line apps offer free messaging features between guests. You can also use WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or even just setting regular meetup spots and times. Just keep in mind that Wi-Fi isn't always free, and not all messaging apps work without a connection. Pack a couple of bottles of wine or champagne in your carry-on. Most cruise lines let you bring a limited amount of wine or champagne in your carry-on, usually 1 or 2 bottles per cabin. It's a great way to save money on drinks, especially if you're not getting the drink package. Just double check your cruise line's rules before you pack. Some are stricter than others. Also, don't try and sneak in liquor or beer. They'll find it and they'll confiscate it. Number 20, bring a refillable water bottle. Staying hydrated is important. especially when you're spending time in the sun. Bring a reusable water bottle that you can refill throughout the day and take it with you on port days. Some ships have dedicated water stations near the gym or buffet, and you can always ask for water at the bars. It's convenient, eco-friendly, and way better than constantly buying bottled water or waiting for servers. Number 21. Use magnetic hooks for extra storage. Here's a fun fact. Most cruise cabin walls are made of metal. That means magnetic hooks can turn any blank wall into bonus storage space. Hang hats, lanyards, backpacks, swimsuits, whatever you want to keep off the floor and out of your way. They're cheap, pack flat, and make your cabin feel way more organized. Number 22, hang an over-the-door organizer. Cruise cabins don't have a ton of counter space, especially in the bathroom. An over-the-door organizer can help big time. I use it for toiletries, phone chargers, sunscreen, and sunglasses. It keeps things tidy, easy to find, and out of my suitcase. Number 23, don't forget the sunscreen. Even on cloudy days, even in Alaska, you want to wear sunscreen. The ocean reflects sunlight, and that reflection can sneak up on you fast. Take it from me, you do not want to get sunburnt on the first day of your cruise and spend the rest of the cruise hiding from the sun. Go with a waterproof, reef-safe sunscreen and reapply often, especially when you're hitting the pool or beach. Number 24, pack motion sickness remedies just in case. Even if you don't usually get seasick, it's smart to pack something just in case. Dramamine, bonine, sea bands, ginger chews, whatever works for you. Cruise ships are large and avoid rough seas, so it's usually smooth sailing. Newer ships also have stabilizers to minimize the rocking, but one bad sea day can catch anyone off guard. It's better to have it and not need it than to be stuck searching for a solution mid-cruise. Number 25, bring a non-surge protected power strip. Cruise ship cabins have very limited outlets. Newer cruise ships do have more plugs and USB charging ports, but I've been on older vessels where they only have 1 or 2 per cabin, and it's not enough to keep all your devices charging. I always pack a cruise-compliant power strip so I can charge my phone, camera, and laptop without issues. Just make sure it doesn't have a surge protector, as they're not allowed on most cruise lines and could be confiscated. Number 26. Don't overpack. It's tempting to pack for every possible outfit change, but here's the truth. The more you bring, the more you have to carry, store, and keep track of. On embarkation day and disembarkation day, you'll be hauling those bags through the terminal, airport, and maybe even a hotel. And no one wants to be juggling 3 oversized suitcases while trying to find their Uber. Once you're on the ship, space is tight. Cruise cabins aren't known for their walk-in closets, and you'll run out of room fast trying to store piles of clothes in tiny drawers or the small closet. Plus, you're probably coming home with more than you brought. Souvenirs from port, cruise merch, t-shirts, hats, magazines, and maybe even a free gift or 2 from the cruise line. So if your suitcase is packed to the brim on day 1, you're going to have a problem on day 7. And let's be real, nothing ever fits quite the same when you're repacking at the end of the trip. So pack lighter, choose versatile outfits, and give yourself a little wiggle room. Your back and sanity will thank you. Number 27, bring comfortable walking shoes. You might think you'll be lounging all day, but cruising involves a lot of walking through airports, across long piers, and all over the ship. I often average 10 to 20,000 steps per day, even on sea days when I don't leave the vessel. It's important to bring comfortable shoes you can walk in for hours, especially if you're planning excursions like city tours or nature hikes. Trust me, your feet will thank you. 28, bring a carry-on bag. When you hand your suitcase to the porters, you won't see it again for a few hours, and sometimes not until after dinner. So be sure to pack a small day bag with anything you might want access to right away. That includes your passport, boarding documents, medications, phone charger, sunscreen, and maybe even a portable fan if you're sailing somewhere warm. Basically, pack anything you don't want locked away in your main luggage. And if you want an easy checklist, I've linked my carry-on bag packing list in the description below. 29, pack a swimsuit in your carry-on. If you're hoping to hit the pool right away, toss your swimsuit, flip-flops, and some sunscreen into that carry-on bag. Once you're on board, the pools and hot tubs are open, but you won't get your luggage for a few hours. While everyone else is still in jeans and sneakers, you could be soaking up the hot sun with a drink in hand. It's one of the easiest and most underrated ways to start off your cruise. Number 30, don't skip the muster drill. It's quick and mandatory. Every cruise line kicks off with a muster drill. It's a safety check that shows you where your emergency assembly point is and what to do in case of an emergency. Now, the good news is that muster drills are a lot easier than they used to be. On most cruise lines, you just watch a short safety video on the app, then head to your muster station to check in. That's it. No more standing shoulder to shoulder in the sun for 30 minutes. But here's the catch. You have to complete the muster drill before the ship can leave. So just get it done early and you're free to relax and enjoy the rest of your day. Number 31, book activities as soon as you board. Some onboard activities fill up fast, especially popular shows, specialty dining, and activities like the escape rooms or the North Star. Even if you couldn't reserve them in advance, you can usually reserve your spot as soon as you get on the ship. Head to guest services, use the cruise line app, or stop by the venue directly, whatever's easiest. The sooner you book, the better your chances of getting the times you want. Number 32, put your phone in airplane mode. I can't stress this enough. The moment you step on board, put your phone in airplane mode. Even if you're not using it, your phone could still connect to the ship's maritime network and rack up some very expensive charges. There are plenty of horror stories on the internet of passengers receiving bills in the thousands of dollars, which is definitely not what you want to see when you return home. Airplane mode stops that from happening and lets you still use the ship's Wi-Fi if you have a package. Number 33, attend the Sailaway party. You've boarded, checked in, and had your lunch. Now it's time to officially kick off your cruise. The Sailaway party is the unofficial start of vacation mode. There's usually music, drinks, dancing, and sometimes complimentary champagne. Even if dance parties aren't your thing, grab a drink and head up to the top deck. Watching the shoreline fade into the distance is a memory you won't forget. Number 34, order multiples in the dining room. One of the best things about cruise dining is the unlimited food. You're not stuck to ordering one item from each course. In the main dining room, you can order more than one appetizer, dessert, or even 2 entrees if you're really hungry. And it's all included. The waitstaff won't judge you for it. So if you're torn between the shrimp cocktail and the French onion soup, get both. You're on vacation. Number 35, let your servers know your dietary needs before you sail. Cruise dining teams are trained to handle a wide range of dietary needs, whether you're vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free, or have specific food allergies. You should tell your cruise line or travel agent about any dietary restrictions prior to boarding, but it's a good idea to remind your server when you're seated. They can help you with the menu choices and make sure you find food that meets your needs. Number 36, only buy the drink package if it makes sense for you. Drink packages can be great value, but only if you actually use them. Most cruise lines charge $60 to $100 per day for a beverage package. To break even, you'll need to consume 7 or 8 drinks per day, every day. That might work for some people, but for most cruisers, it's cheaper to buy the individual drinks. And even if you think you'll consume 8 or more drinks per day, most cruise lines require all adults sharing a cabin to purchase the same package. So if you and your travel partner don't have the same drink habits, it's still may not be worth purchasing. If you're more of a casual sipper, consider skipping the package and just buy drinks as you go. Or look to non-alcoholic packages that include sodas, mocktails, and specialty coffee. They're usually a lot cheaper. Number 37, order room service for breakfast. Here's an underrated hack. On port days, skip the morning chaos at the buffet and order room service breakfast instead. Most cruise lines offer a free continental breakfast, things like pastries, fruit, coffee, and juice. You just fill out the door hanger the night before, pick your delivery window, and wake up to breakfast at your door. It's perfect when you have an early excursion and don't want to deal with lines at the buffet, or when you just want to sip coffee on your balcony in peace. Tip 38, take the stairs when you can. Elevators on cruise ships are convenient, but you'll spend a lot of time waiting for one to get to you, especially on sea days or after theater shows. If you're able, taking the stairs is usually quicker, and it's a sneaky way to burn off a few of those buffet calories. Plus, you'll feel a little less guilty about grabbing that second dessert later. Tip 39, wake up early on sea days. If you're hoping to snag a pool lounger, hit the hot tub, or enjoy a peaceful walk around the deck, set your alarm. The pool deck fills up fast on sea days, and the early morning is the quietest time on ship. No crowds, no lineups, just calm ocean views, and maybe a coffee in hand before the day gets busy. You don't have to wake up at sunrise, but beating the late morning rush makes a big difference. Number 40, always follow ship time, not local time. This one's critical. The ship runs on its own time zone, which may not match the local port. Set your watch or phone to ship time the moment you board, and never rely on local clock when you're out exploring. The ship won't wait for you if you're late, even if you swear your phone said you had 5 more minutes. You can find ship time in the cruise line mobile app, or ask a crew member if you're not sure. As a rule, always plan to be back on board at least 30 to 60 minutes before all aboard time, just to be safe. Tip 41, check your onboard account daily. Cruise ships are cashless, which is super convenient, but it's easy to lose track of what you're spending. Take a minute each day to check your onboard account, either through the cruise line app or at a kiosk. It'll help you catch any accidental charges, keep tabs on your spending, and avoid that dreaded surprise bill at the end of your cruise. Tip 42, gratuities are automatically included. Most cruise lines automatically add daily gratuities to your onboard account. So unless someone really goes above and beyond, there's no pressure to tip extra. And you shouldn't be surprised when you see the additional charge on your final bill. That said, if you want to leave a little something for your room steward or dining team, it's always appreciated. These crew members work incredibly hard to make your vacation smooth sailing and always appreciate the support. Be kind to crew and guests. This one's simple, but it matters. Be kind. The crew is working long hours away from home, and they're doing their best to give you a great experience. A smile, a thank you, or remembering somebody's name goes a long way. The same goes for your fellow cruisers. Everyone's there to relax and have fun, and a little patience makes the experience better for everyone on board. Some of my best memories come from the interactions I've had with crew and guests. Tip 44, don't overpack your schedule. Enjoy the ship too. Cruise ships are packed with things to do. Shows, trivia, games, parties, excursions, but don't feel like you have to do everything. Some of the best moments happen when you just slow down. Sip a drink on deck, read by the pool, or enjoy a sunset with no plans at all. Leave space in your schedule to explore the ship, relax, and actually feel like you're on vacation. Check the daily cruise itinerary and choose a few events and activities each day you want to see, but definitely don't try and do it all or you'll get overwhelmed. And finally, tip number 45, enjoy your vacation. Not everything will go exactly as planned, and that's okay. You might hit a little rain, you might miss a trivia game, or not get the dining time you wanted. But honestly, some of the best cruise moments happen when you just let go of the schedule and enjoy the ride. You're on a cruise, there's no emails or phone calls, the ocean's outside your window, the buffet's always open, and you've got nowhere to be. So take a deep breath and enjoy every minute of it.